That brings us to Texas Southern head coach Kevin Ramsey. Is Coach Ramsey on the call?
Yes, I am.
Morning, Coach.
Morning.
Tough one Thursday night in Jackson. If you could just kind of summarize that game and then talk about Alabama State coming to town this weekend, and we'll open it up for questions.
Well, as you go back and watch our tape, you look at the first quarter, and kind of things are good. You're still in that thing, and then in a minute and 53 seconds in the second quarter, it was like a bonfire, with the miscues, on our punting game, and that bonfire just kind of grew on us to the point where that was 37 points scored in that second quarter, and come back out second half, and offense take it right down and punch it in, and then of course they come back with a score. So we just gotta really come together like we never before. A loss like that was it really peeled into us. So we really gotta rebound because we play a fine team in Alabama State coming here.
Talk a little bit about what you see from the Hornets.
Well, I see an explosive quarterback. I see a much improved running game. I mean, they're able to run the ball, and their quarterback is a back. It's almost like wildcat offense played throughout the ball game, and I always respected their fine core receivers. They big up front. And then, defensively, their style of defense has been sound defense, and they're a well-tackling football team.
Coach, you mentioned your punting game. You gave up a block punt, and then another miscue by your punter pulled it down and got tackled inside the red zone. What are some steps you got to take to kind of shore that up?
Yeah, well, I mean, the steps were taken in the second half. Afterwards, same deal, and he punted a 59-yarder. He came back and did well. So, I thought that was from after that point. It was behind us there. Nevertheless, our teams. It's three phases in this ball game with the teams we play. It's offense, defense, and that's why they call it special teams because it's special where you lay that football down at. And we still call our defense to the charge wherever that ball is placed. But nevertheless, when you play fine offenses that we be playing in this league, those miscues can get you beat.
Gilbert and Wright were still able to kind of establish your running game. Is that still your hallmark?
Well, those guys, they get bruising yardage. People still running backers in and 8-man and 9-man in front of us, and those guys prove the durability that they have as running backs. And, they run hard, and they've been pretty consistent throughout the year. And we just got to make plays, when people, 9-man, 8-man boxing us and spreading it out and get our percentage up passing the ball. And we had scoring opportunities that we didn't capitalize on when we was in the red zone as well.
At times it seemed Rico was a little indecisive with the ball, maybe held on a little too long. The pressure got to him that Jackson State was able to put on him. Is that something that you guys are working on, or a little bit, obviously with the running game you've got that established, but need more production out of your passing game?
Well, no question that, we want yardage that's positive yardage. When we take sacks, when you got an opportunity to get rid of it, it takes you back, and that kind of put a damper on field position and what we're about. But nevertheless, we definitely have in place, a receiving core, and with our tight ends, with people that need the ball in their hands. And Rico is our trigger guy. We got to do a better job, and we got to get that scoring percentage up to keep the chains moving.
How important is it for you guys to bounce back? You come in as one of the most stout defenses, but that 58 spot up on the scoreboard has to hurt a little.
Yeah, we defensively, we always look at tackling, and since I've been here, that's probably one of the most missed tackles we had in a particular ball game, and nevertheless, we who we are defensively, and I mean, we really stress the tackling and changing line of scrimmage up front and flowing around to the ball on the back end, creating turnovers, and we just got to get back to that and start with our front. It all starts up front. That's the first game I've been at where we had no sacks. We didn't even have a sack in that particular ball game, which was the most disappointing of it all for us defensively.
How do you stop Nick Andrews?
Well, I mean, he's a fine receiver. When they throw the bubble screens to him, he kind of made some plays on the vertical stretch in the last ball game. So he's a guy you better be very combative with, and to be combative, and in our deal is not just one guy, but it's putting pressure on the quarterback, getting hands up, and above all, not just knowing where he's at, because they'll spray that ball around to other receivers as well. But he is a fine young receiver.
Does it enter your guys' mind at all? Maybe the players that were around last year, that this is a rematch of the championship game?
Well, I mean, I counted. We got 7 new guys, starters on defense, which they didn't start a year ago. That didn't play in that ball game. So to a degree, some things are just new. But nevertheless, this is a new year. This is a new season. I know Coach Barlow, would have those guys up for this one, and this ball game here has always been a big one, and it's certainly a big one for us. Coming back home and getting back in this thing where we want to be and our goals. And nevertheless, I understand. Those guys are really they got it going on top there in their league and on that side. And we really got to have our A game when these guys come in here.